I love my digital devices, but people keep telling me I should worry more about my privacy. I should encrypt my emails, use apps like Signal and DuckDuckGo that don't collect my personal information. But if I do that, I'd lose some good things. I like it that web companies know me and direct me to things I'm interested in. I even like it that they know where I am, so they can show me things like restaurants near me. So, privacy? Americans, by and large, don't care. And I mostly don't care. I ask Edward Snowden, why should we worry?
The reason that you say you don't care about this is, and I say this without any offense intended whatsoever, is because you do not understand the way that that system is being used against you.
Snowden is in exile in Russia because he revealed how our government spied on us. Now he says we should care more about what companies like Google and Facebook know. But why should I care? I figure the teenage boy across the street could be picking up the stuff I sent. The cork's out of the bottle. What difference does it make?
It's profiling you. When you see a banner ad, they're trying to shape your behavior to sell you a new pair of shoes. But they can also control what you see, and in enough time, what you believe.
I don't feel threatened. You make a good case why I should. I'm not scared of Amazon or Facebook because, yes, they want to manipulate me.
Yet. You're not scared of them yet.
But basically, they want my money, and to get my money in a free market, a company has to give me what I want, and that's a good thing.
When we talk about the free market operating, we are presuming that there is open competition or that it's even possible to launch a competitor to these things. And I don't believe this is true.
I'm not so sure. After all, experts once declared that IBM, AOL, and MySpace were so big they were monopolies, immune to competition. That turned out wrong. I'm more nervous about that manipulation.
There's entire teams of engineers whose job is to use your psychology against you.
A new documentary supports Snowden's claim that social media company algorithms mean
we have less control over who we are and what we really believe.
Facebook, they ran their own psychological studies on, the current population to see if they could make you angry. They intentionally wanted to manipulate their users.
And they succeeded.
Facebook discovered that they were able to affect real-world behavior and emotions without ever triggering the user's awareness.
This is controlling human behavior by a private company. For what end? Just to see if they could. The next variants are not going to be just to see if they could. It is going to be for their advantage. It is going to be to shape laws. It is going to be to shape elections.
If you want to control the population of your country, there has never been a tool as effective as Facebook.
So why don't more people fear this?
They haven't seen a neighbor get marched off on the street, as happened in World War II, kind of Nazi uprising context.
When the Nazis came to power, they had lists of Jews with bloodlines going back generations. How did they get that information?
Data sets that were constructed for a census, and then it's abused and applied to a different purpose. You don't see how these things are going to be applied later.
But companies like Facebook and Google promise to protect our privacy and say they don't just give information to the government.
People have legitimate concerns.
But America's former NSA deputy director points out
The companies, we compel them to provide information.
the FBI uses secret subpoenas to grab our data. If Google's got it and Facebook has it, why is it so much worse that our government has it?
Well, the difference is Google can sell you a different pair of shoes on the basis of what it knows about you, right? The ads that it places on the side of your bar. But they can't put you in jail. They can't bomb you, right? The government can, and for a lot of people, the government does.
When asked about our lack of privacy on the internet, Eric Schmidt, Google's former CEO, gave this creepy answer.
If you have something that you don't want anyone to know, maybe you shouldn't be doing it in the first place.
The problem that I have with this,
I like Snowden's response,
is that we should have to constrain our intellectual curiosity and even, frankly, our weirdnesses, because we could potentially someday be judged on the basis for it, even if we have done nothing wrong, even if it wasn't strange, because the definition of what is wrong is constantly changing.
We may say we feel free living within the boundaries of what's legal.
But laws change, social mores change, the norms shift. Who decides what is normal, what's acceptable, and what's not? In a free society, we are allowed to be different. And once we are entered into this system, where everything we've ever done, everything we were ever interested in, everything we've ever bought, everywhere we've ever gone, everywhere that we have, or anyone that we have ever talked to, is instantly captured at the moment it happens and memorialized in some database somewhere just waiting to be used, it will be used.
Maybe I should rethink how I use my phone, because Snowden points out that what I say here is not secure.
Your phone tries to reach this other person, wherever they are in the world, it has to go through the Starbucks that you're sitting at, through their internet service provider, through a data center. Any one of these points, anybody sitting on that line can snatch a copy of the conversation.
But we can stop that by encrypting our data. WhatsApp went customers promising that. But then Facebook bought WhatsApp, and after that announced it'll share WhatsApp data. WhatsApp customers did not like that.
It is being called the largest digital migration in history.
Millions fled to more private services.
Apps like Signal and Telegram exploding in popularity.
Fewer and fewer people use plain voice. Fewer and fewer people use plain SMS. Now they're using encrypted messengers like the Signal messenger, which is intentionally designed to limit precisely the kind of mass surveillance that was being discussed in 2013.
And the encryption works?
Encryption does work, because an encrypted message cannot be unlocked without a mathematical key.
We cannot break strong encryption.
That defeats mass surveillance.
And prevents companies from learning so much about us.
We're entering increasingly a quantified world where everywhere you go, everything you do, everyone you interact with, and everything you're interested in, it is being collected and recorded and analyzed and assessed. And we don't know how that is being applied yet. But we do know once they have this information, we can't take it back from them.
Because that information, like this video,
will live forever with all of the rest of the things on our permanent record.
I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life. You're a queen.